Are you interested in some trading with merchants from outer space in Vienna? I wasn't interested either, but then the merchants of QULTAH came to my attention and suddenly I was interested. What's up everybody, welcome to the Life of a Board Gamer. My name is Daniel and today I have a great Kickstarter to show you. It is called Merchants of QULTAH, and I know I am notoriously bad at pronouncing the names of some games correctly, but this one I am pronouncing correctly because I asked the designer itself how it is pronounced and he told me. So basically he told me without even me asking. I think he knew. So yeah, basically you are trading with merchants, you are rolling some dice. Let's get down to the table, let me show you how the game looks, and then we'll talk some more about it. I didn't even do the setup because I really want to show you how the setup is done, because one beautiful thing about this game is that setup is super quick. So basically you will have these tiles and you will just put them on the table in whatever formation you like, however you wish. You can put them in whatever position you want. Each of the players will get 6 dice. So now we are setting up the game for 3 players. So we have the red, we have the green, and the blue over here. Each of the players will get this handy dandy sheet that tells you all the symbols and what all those symbols do. And you will put these gems nearby, because these gems are your victory points at the end of the game. And these gems will be put on every of these aliens, depending what they are trading for. As you can see, this one is looking for blue. I will show you a few of these from up close once we explain everything, just so you can see it more clearly. But yeah, and basically that's that. The game is set up and you are ready to play. Now, how the game plays is you have 6 dice, and how will you be spending them, it is completely up to you. Usually you can use 1 or maybe even 2 dice to influence one of these traders or merchants of QULTAH and try to win with your dice. Have the biggest number or rolled once everyone has used their dice, so you can earn their trade. You can trade with them. So if you want to use 1 dice, let's say for example I want to go and trade with this guy. As you can see, he has 2 spots. I will explain that. So basically I say I want to influence him. I will roll my die and I get a number 3. So I might be satisfied with number 3, or I might say, you know what, I want to go for the higher number. 3 is like, it's 50-50, I can get a bigger number. So I will probably then stay on the card. So yeah, I just roll my number, roll my dice, and I got another 3. It's not a bigger number, so I cannot roll anymore. In the case that I got 4, I could roll again if I wanted to, or if I got 5 or 6, which is a cool number. But yeah, I got number 3 and I stay over here. Then the green one would play, he would say I want to trade with this one over here, and he will get 5, and he decides that that's a good number. Then the red one goes, and the red one says, for example, he wants to start right away nasty, and he says I want to challenge you on this one. So he rolls his dice and he gets the number 4, which is bigger than my number. So he decides that he will push me out and my dice is lost for this round. And so you go around the table until you use all of your dice. And of course, depending which number you throw and which number you get on this die, depending on the merchant, different different numbers can do different things. For example, this one over here, if you get number 5 on him, that means that you can decrease 1 die for -1. So you can turn 5 to 4. So this one, you can take a look at the handy dandy sheet, and you will find the symbol, and symbol says that it is -1, and you just find these arrows that point in any direction, and it says any die. That means any 1 die can be turned 1 space down. So for example, if I went with this one here and I got number 5, I could use this one to put him on number 3. If he was, for example, on a number 2, and I decided I put 5 over here and I decrease him down size, or however you want to say it, to a number 1, that means that I will activate this ability, and this ability says that this die must be turned upside down. So 1 becomes a 6. So that would not be a good move for green, but I just wanted to show you how everything works. And the thing is, if something happens that let's say for example -1 from this die or something like that, that happens on other players' turn, you can use it as your own dice and activate some other things. So you can do a wild variety of combos. And basically that's how the game plays. You will play one round until you spend all of your dice, and either they will end up on the merchant as the highest dice, or they will end up in a discard pool. And whoever wins some of these merchants' favors, they will trade with them, they will get these gems. The purple ones are worth 1, green ones are worth 2, and blue ones are worth 3 points, which I absolutely prefer because the blue is the best color ever in the world. And to spice things up, there is a bunch of other merchants. So this is not a full game, this is just part of the game. This is like initial setup that they recommend you for the first game. But as you can see, there is a lot of different merchants, and I presume they will have even more once the Kickstarter is up and running. And all these merchants have all kinds of different abilities. Some of them are more complicated than others. So yeah, there's that. One thing I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, is if you are trying to influence merchant with 2 dice, you will basically roll 2 dice, and the bigger number will go first and the lower will go second. So we now have 5.3 worth of influence on this guy, and someone can come over here and roll their dice trying to take over, and they can, because it's 4.2, so they can try to re-roll. 4.1, that means that they cannot re-roll anymore, but in a case that they got the same numbers, they then could push you out. So yeah, basically that is that. You will be playing 2 rounds until you spend the dice 2 times, and in the second round you can choose to play with same aliens, or you can use a bunch of these different ones that I just showed you. Yeah, that's how you play Merchants of QULTAH. So that was Merchants of QULTAH. Of course, these are all the prototype components. Dice may not look like that. Components, artwork might change a little bit, who knows. But yeah, overall, that's how the game looks. That's how the game feels. I hope I explained it good enough for you to understand how the game plays. What I think about it, I think it's a fun little game of push your luck with interesting bidding system. I don't know, I don't like bidding games, but I really like this one. The aspect of push your luck when you are rolling dice and trying to influence one of the merchants, you can always try to re-roll, and as long as you are getting bigger number than the previous roll, you can try to roll it again or use it. So there's always I just like how they mitigate that part of luck. When you just when dice, sometimes the dice hate you, let's be honest, sometimes dice really can hate you. It's a thing. And over here it is just really well done, because if you are rolling lots of ones, you can always try to re-roll to get a better number. And yeah, sometimes it's even good to get one, because you can activate one ability that can activate another ability, and then you can get a combo of abilities. You can activate other people's dice on your turn for yourself, for your benefit. So there's lots of interaction between players also. Overall, I think it's really nice game. It has few rules. It's super easy to teach, to explain. You just need like a quick summary sheet for all the aliens, what they do, how they trade with you, which is really not that complicated. Once you get a hang of it, you understand all the symbology and everything. The symbology is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So yeah, that was Merchants of QULTAH. For some reason, I almost said Merchants of Venus. Then I had to record this all over again, but I didn't. Plus for me. So yeah, that is that. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for spending time with me. And until next time. Pozdrav. It is really interesting and fun game. And bidding system is really greatly. What is greatly about it? Greatly. I am greatly surprised. Is that even a word?